What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today's video is brought to you guys by Deekee, and they make this very awesome robotic vacuum cleaner. It's sleek. It's the best looking robotic vacuum cleaner I've seen to date. It's just thin enough that it doesn't get in the way and you won't step on it, and it's relatively straightforward. Even comes with its own little remote. How cool is that? But with that said, my favorite thing about this is how well it cleans and all the different options it has. So first of all, you can set it to single room cleaning if there is maybe a kitchen or something, and that's the only place you want this to go. You can have it set to that, and it actually comes with around like 60 inches or something of those sorts, 79 inches of these magnetic strips. And when it senses these strips, it actually will not go to the next room. So you can actually place these strips underneath a carpet or on a hardwood floor or something of those sorts to prevent the vacuum from leaving that particular room. It also does something that I've seen in person. I was really impressed by it. It does edge cleaning. A lot of robotic vacuums actually have this problem where it goes up to the wall and then gets scared of the wall and it moves back, and then it, does this little circle thing and doesn't actually clean the edges of the wall. So your carpet looks brand new except the edges, which is one of the most important parts because that's the part that gets dirtiest the most. So that's not the case here. It goes right up to the edge and it starts like nuzzling the edge. It does its own little cute thing, and of course it can go ahead and clean all that right up. How cool is that? Then of course it also has scheduled cleaning built in and auto cleaning. So when it senses dirt or something of those sorts, it'll simply zoom out from its little podium thing and it will go ahead and clean the mess up, and then it'll zoom back to its little podium thing and make sure the battery is at full velocity. Then my favorite thing is of course the scheduled cleaning. So if you only want this to go off when you're not home, because it doesn't make that much sound. It makes almost no noise compared to every other vacuum cleaner. It makes almost no sound. But let's say you don't want it making any sounds because the baby might wake up or something of those sorts. Well, you're in luck because there's of course scheduled cleaning, and when the baby goes to preschool or something of those sorts, you can have this set to clean. Now, speaking of cleaning, how long does the battery last? Well, of course it has 100 minutes of battery, so of course it should be able to do most houses, and worst case it runs out of battery, you'll come back to its little thing and it'll charge itself up and go and finish the rest of the house if it needs to. Now, a big problem that a lot of people have is the thickness of these. Like sometimes you just gotta bring out the wand and you gotta go underneath furniture and whatnot, but this thing is only 3.5 inches tall, so it should be able to duck under pretty much every type of chair out there and stools and things, and it should be perfectly fine. And worst case, it can clean the edges of the stool and whatnot if it needs to. My favorite part about this vacuum is of course the massive wheels. When you lift this up, you don't feel the actual vacuum itself, you feel the wheels that are at the bottom. They're giant, and I'll show you guys in this clip right here that this thing can easily roll from hardwood floor to tile to ceramic to directly back onto carpet without even budging or flinching or getting stuck like other robotic vacuum cleaners do. It rolls over pretty much everything because of those giant wheels, and it senses obstacles and stays away from them. In fact, it has 11 sets of obstacle sensors to make sure the robotic vacuum cleans thoroughly without crashing into things or dropping things or something of those sorts. So it can actually sense up to like 15 millimeters in height in a lot of places. But let's talk about cleaning. What exactly can this clean? So first of all, it has a 3-point cleaning system, and that doesn't mean much, but what exactly does it do? Well, you can actually clean floors, tile, and carpet. And by floors, I don't mean it's just gonna roll over floors. I mean there's literally a mop pad that you can buy with this, and it actually comes with it, but you can buy multiple, and it will actually mop your kitchen floor for you. What world are we living in where a robot is mopping our floor for us? And of course it can clean up everything from dirt to pet hair to dust to short hair to allergens to everything else, and it will make sure that it hits every single spot because of all those different sensors we talked about. Now, last but not least, what exactly do you get when you buy one of these? It is a little bit pricey, but then again, you don't have to vacuum ever again, so just think about that. Well, you get yourself a water tank, so you simply fill that with water, and then you add the little foam pad, and it will actually go ahead and mop your kitchen floor. How cool is that? Then of course there's the remote control, a charging base, an AC power adapter, a cleaning brush, extra sets of high performance HEPA filters. You can also get extras, and there's an extra set of brushes, mop cloth, magnetic strips, and there's 79 inches of those, so that should be more than enough to cover even some of the biggest houses out there. And last but not least, if something does go wrong, they also provide a 12-month warranty along with a 30-day unconditional return if something happens. Now, the last thing I want to mention is it's a vacuum. you have to make sure that, there isn't Legos and things on the ground and whatnot. It is gonna suck it up and it might get stuck and whatnot. I'm not saying the obstacle avoidance is perfect. It's very efficient, but it's not 100% perfect. Be responsible when you turn these on. Make sure there aren't toys all over the place. Make sure your kid isn't in the way and whatnot. Make sure there aren't wires and things along those sorts, and make sure there isn't water all over the place. This thing also doesn't work that well on high pile carpets. Obviously, most vacuums don't. But with that said, keep those in mind before you go ahead and purchase it, because don't go ahead and purchase something and be like, oh my gosh, my robotic vacuum cleaner doesn't clean everything. In the end, it's a robotic vacuum cleaner. It's doing your vacuuming for you. Now, all in all, my favorite thing here is probably the scheduling and the remote that it comes with. So of course, this thing basically allows you to do so many different things with the remote, from of course time setting. You can have an auto cleaning button. You don't ever even have to reach down and press the button to turn on. It has auto charging, and of course, as I mentioned before, scheduling. So go ahead and check this out in the link below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, so leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be me logging off.